Hey, what's happening, world? What's going on? It's Fredo Jackson, aka Farmer Fredo, the Executive Director for Flint River Fresh. All right, so Flint River Fresh, we are a nonprofit. We're based in Dougherty County. Our work is all about increasing access to fresh, affordable food. And one of the ways that we do it is just basically by teaching people how to grow food for themselves. We always get these questions, how do we do what we do? So what I'm doing today is just pausing with the beginning of a season here at Flint River Fresh, where we are diving into like our school garden projects and our community garden projects. And the foundation of our work, we started building raised garden boxes. And part of the reason why we started doing raised garden boxes was a lot of times we went into communities or we went into schools, the ground, it was going to take a whole lot of work to prepare it to plant in ground. And so we started by doing boxes because it allowed for us to control the environment that the fruit and vegetables were growing in. All right, so first rule number one of community gardens and school garden spots, we spend time walking around the property to identify what spot has the most sunlight. What we try to look for is a spot that has 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight. And the reason being is that people know that plants are fed through sunlight. We've all heard the term photosynthesis. That's really how plants feed themselves. So the more sunlight that it has access to, the more it can feed itself to grow stronger and healthier. And then secondly, what we look for is a location that's close enough to the building so it doesn't discourage you to walk outside to the garden and kind of check on it. Like nobody wants to walk like 150 or 300 feet if they can walk 50 feet, just take care of their garden spaces. So we try to do that as well in terms of location. Another thing about location is about your water source. So you want to make sure that wherever you have to grab water for the garden, is very close to where your raised garden box and stuff are at. And then the third thing we try to look for is a more like level ground or level surface to put the raised garden box and stuff on just in general. We work a lot in communities with individuals with developmental disabilities. Some of them have wheelchairs and walkers and things like that. So having the ground space rather level makes it easier in terms of like access and accessibility for the garden spot, but then it also helps minimize water runoff and nutrients runoff. We want to make sure that the soil, the nutrients stays right in the root space where the plant is at. All right, so these are just a few things just to keep in mind when you're thinking about starting your own raised bed garden space.